20 minutes of education.
Coffee has a lot of positive effects on health. It lowers the risk of many diseases like type 2 diabetes, Parkinson's disease, Alzheimer's disease, liver conditions, and some types of cancer. But it's not really about the caffeine. It's about the coffee bean itself. Coffee beans are packed with antioxidants, which have been getting a lot of attention lately from people who care about a healthy lifestyle. Antioxidants are incredibly important for maintaining youth and good health. Antioxidants are substances that protect the body's cells from damage. They neutralize the harmful effects of free radicals, which are the ones that damage cells and tissues. Antioxidants also help prevent oxidative stress and the development of various diseases. You'll find them in lots of berries, vegetables, and nuts, and also in tea, cocoa, and coffee beans. And here's the thing. Decaf coffee offers the same health benefits because the antioxidants stay in the beans even without the caffeine. At the same time, caffeine isn't interfering with your sleep, and good quality sleep actually reduces the risk of even more diseases than coffee does. By the way, I have a separate and very helpful episode about the importance of sleep and how to improve it. I really highly recommend it, and I leave the link below in the video description. So, decaf coffee can be recommended to pretty much everyone. But when it comes to regular coffee with caffeine, there is some interesting data. In the US, a long-term nutrition study was conducted with 40,000 adults. About half of them, 52%, drank coffee. More than a third, 36%, drank it in the morning. The rest, 16%, drank coffee throughout the day. After adjusting for various factors, researchers found that adults who drank coffee only in the morning, before noon, had a 16% lower risk of dying from any cause over nearly 10 years, compared to those who didn't drink coffee at all. And they had a 31% lower risk of dying from cardiovascular disease. But people who drank coffee all day long didn't show these benefits. So to get the most health benefits from coffee, it's best to drink it in the morning or by early afternoon. And ideally in moderation, which means no more than 3 cups a day. But not like this, smaller cups. But why is that? First of all, drinking caffeinated coffee in the morning as opposed to the afternoon or evening is less likely to interfere with your sleep cycle, which is crucial for your overall and cardiovascular health. Secondly, coffee's anti-inflammatory effects, whether it has caffeine or not, might actually be strongest in the morning. That's because inflammation in the body tends to peak early in the day. Now, some people metabolize caffeine faster and clear it from the body more quickly. But on average, 5 to 6 hours after you drink up a cup of coffee, about 50% of the caffeine is still circulating in your brain. That means 10 to 12 hours later, 25% is still there. So a quarter of that latte you had at noon is still affecting you at midnight. And what exactly does caffeine do? It temporarily blocks adenosine, which is a chemical in the brain that promotes sleep. But adenosine doesn't stop building up, it keeps accumulating. Eventually it breaks through, causing a sudden crash, often at the worst possible time. So the energy boost from caffeine is artificial. You're basically borrowing energy from your own body. When the effect wears off, fatigue hits you all at once instead of gradually. But there is more. A new study in Amsterdam involving over 1,000 people aged 55 and older showed that regular coffee consumption may actually support better health in older adults. The study found that the more consistently people drank coffee, the lower their overall risk of frailty. Frailty was assessed using the 5-part Fried Frailty phenotype, which includes at least 3 of the following symptoms: weight loss, weakness, exhaustion, slow walking speed, and low physical activity. So moderate, regular coffee consumption lowers the risk of all these symptoms. That's largely thanks to the antioxidants we talked about earlier. They help reduce inflammation and slow down sarcopenia, which is the loss of muscle mass that happens with aging or lack of movement. Antioxidants also help prevent muscle damage. On top of that, coffee can improve insulin sensitivity and glucose metabolism in people over 55. Studies show that drinking coffee regularly can add an average a year and 8 months of healthy life, equally for men and women. That means not only living almost 2 years longer, but living those years in better health. So, yes, drinking coffee can support healthier aging. But for me, there is another important factor, the enjoyment and the social aspect. Because usually when we drink coffee, we experience pleasure, which boosts dopamine and serotonin, the happy and calming hormones. These reduce inflammation, lower stress levels, and improve sleep. Coffee is also often shared with others during some friendly conversations, and that leads to the release of oxytocin, the bonding hormone that improves emotional well being, reduces anxiety, increases trust, and helps us feel more relaxed. So, if coffee is a ritual that brings positive emotions, it's definitely worth keeping in your life. Just try to move it to the morning or at the latest lunchtime. And if you want a cup later in the day, go for decaf. Share this video with someone you'd love to have a coffee with. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more helpful tips to take care of your brain and your body. See you!